Ashok, Sip Ansul, Sip Vinita, Sip Samatma, Sip Girish, Sip Sudeep, Sip Raju, Sip Purvi. Welcome to the call. Sip Yogini, Sip Sagai, Sip Bliss, Sip Pankaj, Sip Ru, appearing as Tanu, Sip Atmatrai, Sip Rekha, Sip Parutiyama, Sip Dasi, Sip Bliko, Sip Rajesh, Shairi Wale, Sip Swati, and I don't see anybody else, but the rest of you, if you are joining the call, I welcome you to the call. My dear friends, Administrator is putting up the message today, and here we go. What is the way to eternal happiness? What is the way to eternal happiness? Who is going to attempt this question, which seems so easy, but the whole world is looking for this. The whole world is searching for this. What is the way, my dear friends, to eternal happiness? I want to know. I see Ashok Chotwani, Samatma, Sagai Raj. I see three people who are already offering their guidance. And I'm telling you, don't think this is a joke caller. Cheers.
Sure. Shivam, sir.
Shivoham, sir.
Sir, the way to eternal happiness is to be master of Pirlu. Purification, elimination, realization, liberation, and unification, sir.
Ah, क्या dialogue बोलते हैं.
For Pirlu, we have to realize Neti Neti Tattvam Asi, and also self-realization and God-realization.
So you are telling, I'm asking you, what is the best food to eat? You are saying, सुबह को इडली खाओ, इडली बहुत अच्छा है. इडली खाने के बाद डोसा खाओ, फिर खारा भात खाओ, फिर पोंगल खाओ, फिर पूरी सब्जी खाओ, फिर छोले भटूरे खाओ, फिर गर्मा गर्म पिज्जा खाओ, और बॉम्बे का रोड साइड सैंडविच भी खाओ, और वड़ा पाव भी खाओ, और फिर चाइनीज भी खाओ, और फिर अरे अशोक चोटवानी,
Sir, golden word is Pirlu. Everything comes under Pirlu.
You know, today is a very special day. Don't forget, I should explain to you all, today is a very special day. You know what's today? Today is 221122. Today is 221122. We'll talk. Before ending the call, you asked me, what is the meaning of relevance of today's day? It's a very special day. But Ashok Chotwani ho gaya aapka. Samatma, what is the way to eternal happiness? Shivoham.
Realizing the truth that everything is mithya and only Sit is satya, and also living in the moment and living every moment in consciousness. Only then you can be in Satchidanand, and that is eternal happiness.
She's not telling like Ashok Chotwani, but just saying best food is Chinese also, and Mexican also, and Italian also. Simple words. Huh? Samatma, what you're saying is right. And I'm not making fun. Okay, Ashok Chotwani, Samatma, very good answers. But are you telling me that is guaranteeing happiness? Can you tell me that? I'll tell you something. This whole world, I was looking at some famous speakers on YouTube and this and that, you know, and what I found that all of them, their whole account is bharofied. Bharofied means pura bhara hai. How to be happy, how to be peaceful, how to be happy, how to be peaceful, but there is no answer. There is no answer. Happiness, we have already covered many topics on happiness, but today we are talking about what is the way to eternal happiness. Eternal. You know, eternal happiness is not like, some people say masala chai pakoda. That is enough. Masala chai pakoda means I can be really happy. Huh? Some people say Starbucks. Starbucks ka coffee piya to, are, you tell one small child, they will say Cadbury's ka toffee. Toffee khaya to bas, matlab, enough happy. Is that eternal happiness? Today we are talking about eternal happiness. Girish.
We can be happy, truly happy, when we can realize the truth. But our mind is a shaitan. It takes away us from consciousness to past and future. So first, mind has to be, MTR has to be reduced. Mind has to be made into a monk by cutting the EY. Then there will be illumination and realization. Then we are liberated while living. It will lead to unification. So in that way, the path moves. First, it starts from purification of the mind.
What you all are saying is 100% correct. What you all are saying is 100% correct. But if anybody can repeat what any of you has told, I will give 10,000 rupees prize. If anybody can repeat what Samatma has told, or what Girish has told, or what Ashok Chotwani has told, anybody repeats word to word. Right now, administrator will transfer 10,000 as my prasadam to you. Come on, who can repeat? Anybody can repeat? My dear friends, our Zoom call is meant to simplify. Do I give you complicated answers? Just now, my dearest Eru, who is my partner on the call, she sent me one video. What is the name of that video? The video says, what exactly happens in the moment of death? And the kind of stories that people have, what happens in the moment of death is fantastic. It's fabulous. Like how the prana leaves, and then the apana leaves, and the udana leaves, and it takes 8 to 18 hours for a person to die, and then 12 to 20 days for a person to actually die. And oh my God, it is so easy to complicate. It's the best thing any Swami can do, or any Guru can do, is to make his followers so confused that they remain confused for the rest of life. Is that our goal in this call? In this call, you can smash me with your fist on the screen, and then you can come and smash me wherever I am. You are allowed to smash me if I tell you any nonsense, because you are allowed to question me. If I tell you that the prana leaves the body, she just sent me the video now, just 10 minutes before this call. Prana leaves the body, then the breath leaves the body after 30 to 40 minutes. If you show a doctor this now, if you show the doctor that then the person dies after 18 to 20 days, the doctor will fling you out of his room immediately. So my dear friends, tell me in simple words, back to this subject. Tell me in simple words. Simple words. What is eternal happiness? I see Purvi. I think first time I'm seeing Purvi asking a question. Let's give her a chance first time with the permission of the others. Purvi, yes, have you been coming for this call before, Purvi, or your first time? I'm seeing you for the first time. Are you today your first day? Please unmute and answer. Unmute, please. Unmute.
Shivoham, sir. Shivoham, sir.
Shivoham.
Sir, I'm coming for the first time, but I've listened your videos.
Okay, very good. So what is your question today?
Sir, as per my opinion, the way to eternal happiness is disidentifying from the thoughts which bombard us, which trouble us. Because
Beautiful.
it is a mind, it is a thought which makes us suffer.
Beautiful. You know, today, Purvi, beautiful. Answer is very good for the first time. But today, I was in a bus. I was in a bus in Switzerland. And I was going and I saw a tree. I know how many of you have eaten this tree. It's called Persimmon tree. So I took a photograph of a persimmon tree, and I was just taking and sending it to people who love to see the picture. And this man told me, you know, this is a beautiful tree, but much better. There's a place called Lyon and Cox. And he started talking to me for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, he told me, what am I doing? What are you doing? We started chatting. He told me I used to listen to one Krishnamurti, J.D. Krishnamurti, when I was 14 years old. He tells me. So I just tickled him, Purvi. What I told him, I had a keychain in my pocket. And I took out the keychain. And I asked him, okay, so tell me, what is the meaning of consciousness? He told us very simple, being aware and being awake. So then I told him, how do you get to consciousness. And this man said, I have to take care of my mind. He's a Swiss guy, around 50 years old. I was shocked in the bus. He's met me. And he's saying, of course, then he went on, he said, love is pouring out of your eyes. And he spoke very beautifully. But I'm saying people want answers. And this man, why Purvi, I brought up this point, as long as the mind is, you talked about the mind, as long as the mind bombards you with thoughts, you will be miserable. And as soon as you are able to calm the mind, you still the mind, you kill the mind, you go into the state of thoughtlessness, you go to the state of consciousness, you attain a state of peace. Peace is the foundation of happiness. For where there is no peace, there can be no happiness. So I give you 10 on 10 on what you say.
Thank you, sir.
But it is not the way to eternal happiness.
Yes, sir.
So today I will tell you the way to eternal happiness. And please come on the call every day, because this call is every day at 8, Friday 7:30. So my dear friends, let's go to Yogini. Today I'm going to see whether how you all are going to accept today's simple answer. Simple answer. Like how I say ABC. I give you answers like this. You can remember in your sleep also. Even when you are in some nasha, you can remember my answer. Small words. Come on, Yogini. What do you have to say, Yogini?
Shivam, sir.
Shivam, the way to eternal happiness.
Your bhajan, sir. जो प्रभु के योग में सदा जीता, ना चिंता करता,
ना डरता वो ना चिंता वो करता, प्रभु तो पास हमेशा है, शांति में जीता,
प्रभु साथ है. That is eternal happiness.
Beautiful.
According to me.
But you have touched the tip of the iceberg. I'm giving the clue. You have touched the tip of the iceberg, but you have not sat on the top of the iceberg. You know, iceberg is very dangerous. Iceberg, you can see only 10%. 90% is under the water. You know that. In any iceberg, the rule is 10% of iceberg is above the water, 90% is under the water. I believe that's what I'm learning. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But good answer, Yogini. Thank you. Atmatray. Atmatray, are you there? You disappeared. Otherwise, Bliko. Atmatray,
Yes,
you want to
yes,
speak? Yeah, tell me.
Okay.
Tell me, sir.
With truth consciousness, we can get inner peace.
Beautiful. This can be called the second best answer. Today, somebody, one of the most Jnani people I know, was talking to me about Satchit Anand. And this Jnani, the most Jnani person I know, was talking to me and asking me the difference between Yog Anand and Satchit Anand. This is a very Jnani. Jnani matlab, you know, sometimes I bow down to some people. So this person said, Atmatray, Sat Chit Anand. What is the difference between Sat Chit Anand and the Anand that comes from Bhakti Yoga? What is the difference from the Anand that comes from Dhyana Yoga? What is the difference, the Anand that comes from Jnana Yoga and from Karma Yoga? Can you tell me, Atmatray, what is the difference?
There is difference.
Yes. What is the difference? Yes, Bliko, you want to no problem. You try to explain. Bliko, you want to explain this quickly, Bliko? Not your question. I'll come back to you later. But you want to explain this? Please tell us.
Yes. Shivam, Guruji.
Shivam, sir.
Yeah. So in that bhakti, we still have duality. And
Bhakti Yoga.
In Bhakti Yoga, you have still your own identity, and you are surrendering to the SIP. So you have still duality. And in Jnana Yoga, you are overcome this duality, and you are one with the SIP. You are SIP, so there is no duality. So that is the difference.
Okay, good attempt, Bliko. But let me quickly explain to you. Atmatray, Sat Chit Anand is the highest, one of the highest Anand. Highest Anand. What you say is correct. But it is the main river going into the ocean of Nirvana. This is what I
Yes.
learned from the Gyani I was talking to. I learned from my Gyani. What I learned, that the main ocean is called Nirvana.
Yeah.
And Nirvana is that ocean in which the river of Sat Chit Anand pours. Then the river of Dhyana Yoga Anand pours. Dhyana Yoga Anand is that dhyana. When you become your yoga of dhyana and silence, you experience bliss. That river also pours into Nirvana ocean. Then
Yeah.
Karma Yoga Anand. For example, you're serving poor people. When you're serving poor people, Karma Yoga Anand is a different service Anand. Now, Bhakti Yoga Anand, you ask Sudeep and Rekha, they will tell you, Ru Mataji Yogini, what she told. जो प्रभु के योग में सदा जीता, ना डरता वो, ना चिंता वो करता. This is called Bhakti Yoganand. So there is Dhyana Yoganand, Bhakti Yoganand, Karma Yoganand, Jnana Yoganand. What you get in the Zoom call? Do you get Anand? Patmata, do you get Anand in the Zoom call or you don't get Anand?
Bilkul, 100%.
That is
Anand
called
lege.
that is called Jnana Yoga Anand. Bliko, you understanding Bliko what I'm saying? And the highest tribute, the river, the biggest, thickest river is called Satya Chitta Anand. Girish, you understand Girish? And all these 5 rivers, they are pouring into the ocean, which is what I learned today. I told you from the divine. From divine, I learned today, they all pour into the ocean of Nirvana. Sudeep, you understanding, Sudeep? That is eternal. That is the secret of eternal happiness. And today I'm asking you, Bliko, now your time to answer the question, Bliko. Today I'm asking you, what is that way to that Nirvana? What is that way to that ocean of Nirvana? Of course, you have all this work. What all these works? Satchitanand, Gyan Yoganand, Bhakti Yoganand, all these work. But what is the simplest way to eternal happiness? Bliko.
The answer would be, when you realize that you are sick, then you are in Sat Chit Anand, you are in eternal bliss, because you have no complaint, no effect of Maya, and you are free from all bondage, and you are in constant yoga. The
What a
condition is
beautiful, what a beautiful answer. What a beautiful answer. Yogini, what did you say, Yogini? I told you your tip of the iceberg. What did you say, Yogini?
सर, जो प्रभु के साथ है, उसको चिंता किसकी करनी?
Good. So Yogini, I told you touch the iceberg. Bliko, what did you say, Bliko? जो प्रभु के साथ में, Yogini said. And Bliko, what did you say?
So when you realize you are sick, you are
now
one
Bliko,
with
Bliko is now, Yogini, you touched the tip of the iceberg, and Bliko is now jumping on the iceberg. But who is, you're not yet gone on top of the iceberg, which is the state of eternal happiness. Sagai Raj, and then Ru, and then Rajesh. Sagai Raj. Sagai Raj. Okay, I can't see somebody. They get pushed back. Ru.
Hello.
Tanu, Ru.
Guruji, when we are like you had the umbrella, when we are under the umbrella, we don't get wet. So if we are in the divine, we are in a bhakti yoga, then we get eternal happiness. We are not bothered about anything.
You took advantage of the umbrella and you're speaking. But what is the I sit outside because I feel you all can enjoy the Anand of Switzerland when I sit outside, and I take the opportunity of making you all sharing the beauty with you all. But the point is,
and we have to be in Prem Yoga. If we are in Prem Yoga, then we are in eternal happiness.
Now Prema Yoga is on the other side of the iceberg. Prabhu ke प्यार में ऐसा एक नशा है, प्रभु को प्रेम करने में ऐसा मजा है. आपने कभी प्रभु को प्यार किया है? अरे क्या, अगर प्रभु को प्यार नहीं किया तो क्यों जिया है?
किया.
राजेश, अगर प्रभु को प्यार नहीं किया तो फिर क्यों जिया? प्रेमी में जो प्रभु पाता मस्ती में जीता है, प्रेम योग में जीता है, आनंदा में जीता है, प्रेम योग से मिलता निर्वाणा, प्रभु के प्यार में ऐसा एक नशा है. So what did you say, Ru? What is your third person around the iceberg? What did you say, Ru?
When we are in Prem Yoga, then
Beautiful.
we
Prem.
get it.
Prem Yoga is a fountain of joy. Prem Yoga is the fountain of divine love. Divine love. Love which is ever giving, ever forgiving, unconditional, no expectation. That love which is from root to root. आपकी माँ नहीं है? Root to root. कहाँ गई तुम आपकी माँ?
मम्मी होंगे.
नहीं, वो तो पहले किसी का परमिशन नहीं पूछते, कट फड़ा काके बोलती है, रू से रू का प्यार आके बोलती है. आज बोलती नहीं है.
Guruji, 2 minutes back I said Prem Yoga.
Who's your Ru speaking? No, Ru अभी Ru माता जी नहीं आई ना अभी तक. राजेश राव. राजेश राव.
I just wanted to give little different perspective, sir.
हाँ, वो आप तो बोलो, आप तो शायरी बोलेंगे, बोलिए.
अब बोले मन के हारे हार है, मन के जीते जीत. जिसने मन को जीत लिया वो हमेशा खुश रहेगा. ना दुख में सुख रहेगा उसके पास, ना दुख में दुख रहेगा. वो हमेशा बराबर रहेगा.
Rajesh, your answer is very good, and Purvi joined you. Purvi is a newcomer on this call, and Purvi had a beautiful explanation. Even with little video she has listened, she spoke very beautifully. Thank you, Purvi, for coming and giving your darshan. Because we believe, Purvi, that there is God in each one. हर एक के अंदर, you speak Hindi, Purvi? हर एक के अंदर आत्मा है और आत्मा ही परमात्मा है. This is the reality, and don't get complicated. Now, should I give you the answer so that you all can question me? Should I give you all the answer?
Can I try,
Answer,
sir?
do. Oh, try. Who wants to try? Again, Yogini, second chance. Chalo, second chance. Normally not. You cannot give 2 votes. You cannot drive 2 boats to ride on 2 roads. You cannot sail on 2 boats. But you are trying 2 times. So try karo.
Enlightenment is the eternal peace.
Enlightenment is the doorway. Enlightenment opens the door. And I gave you all the answer. Now you all cannot. Nobody can speak now. I gave you all the answer a few days back. Rekha Parwani, you want to say something quickly?
Yes, sir.
Bolo jaldi.
Not to go out, not to look outside, go within.
Okay. But if you go within, you cannot get eternal happiness.
Okay.
You want the answer, my dear friends? You want the answer to eternal happiness? Purvi wants to say something quickly. Purvi, okay? Yes, Purvi?
Sir, as per my opinion, to recognize that we are the soul and everybody else is also a soul. They are also the soul. So that is the way to eternal happiness.
Now you have gone highest on the iceberg. You are right. You are the highest now. You have come to the 4th or 5th person who's highest on the iceberg, but you are coming late on our call. That's why you missed it. My dear friends, the answer to this question, 1, 2, and 3. Are you ready? I always give answer in 3 words. You want to know? Rajesh, you want to know?
Guruji,
Ashok Nichani, you want to know the way to eternal happiness? No, now don't interrupt. You want to know the way to eternal happiness?
Yes, sir. Ji.
It's very simple. In 3 words. In 3 words. Sip in all. If you see sip in all. The moment you see sip in all means it is self-realization, it is God realization, it is enlightenment, it is transcending the mind and ego, it is everything. It is everything. Imagine you see sip in all. You will have such an ananda, you will have such a nirvana, you can't imagine it. हर इंसान में ही भगवान है, भगवान नहीं आसमान में है, कण कण में प्रभु की शक्ति ही है, हर जीव में भगवान है. Tell me, now you challenge me. Now you challenge me and question me if it's wrong. If you can see, Sudeep will say, this I cannot do. This I cannot see sip in all. I can see sip in some good people, but shaitan, I cannot see sip in the shaitan. But I see Bhagwan in the shaitan also. Can you know that? Whenever somebody is shaitan with me, I still see Bhagwan in the shaitan. How? Because I see sip in all. That is God realization. That is self-realization. That is liberation. Now question me. Come on. I want you all to give me some tough questions. Catch me by my neck and pull me by my hair and pull me down and say, oh, no, this is not. Come on. Argue with me now. Come on. Chalo, chalo, chalo. Either you argue or you agree. One of the two, you agree and tell why you agree, or you argue and say, no, I don't agree. One of the two you have to do. Come on.
Shibuam,
Fully agree. Fully agree.
Shiva.
I agree, but that day you said, Swat asked you a question that even a rapist, we have to see a sip in, but that is a bit difficult. No?
Yeah, but that is what, okay, let me explain to you, Rekha Parvani. You are not seeing the rapist as a rapist. You're seeing the rapist as a body in which sip is alive. You're seeing the sip in the rapist. And you feel bad for the rapist because the rapist will go to jail. The rapist will get his punishment as per his karma. But you will still bow down to the sip inside every jiva. It may be a chipkali. It may be an ugly look. I told you that day there were 8 chipkalis in front of my door. Not 1 or 2. There were 8 lizards. 8 lizards in front of my door. Magic. My dear friends, we have to see sip in all. If you want eternal happiness, if you want that state of eternal happiness, of course, you suppose you are somebody appears to you as love from God in Prema Yoga. That is God's gift. That is not common for everybody. I had a dog. I had a little dog which appeared as God. The dog died. I told you sometime back the dog died. Maybe 1 or 2 months back. That dog would sit on my table, and that dog was my Prema Yoga. The dog would put her paw on my face. I'll be busy doing Zoom work or something. She will put her paw on my face. She could do anything. She was allowed to do anything. She could bite my nose. She could bite my ear. She was allowed. Only you will allow God to do like that. To do anything to you.
Guruji,
Isko haq
my
dete hain.
dog's name is Fluffy. Now, Fluffy in this monsoon season, sometimes he gets ticks and fleas. I took out all the fleas, like he had 10-15 fleas. I took them out and I ordered the medicine also. But
So-
I cannot see, I was not able to see sip in those fleas because the blood, he was sucking the blood of my Fluffy.
That is the mind seeing. Your mind is seeing the body of the tick. Your mind is not seeing the soul in the tick. That's why I'm saying that means you have not reached the state of self-realization and God realization. God realization means everything is sip. Prabhu hi ek satya, जग ये है मिथ्या, जो भी दिखता यहाँ वो सच ना वो मिथ्या, जो भी दिखता है वो टिक्स भी है या फ्लफी भी है, सभी प्रभु ही है. टिक्स भी प्रभु है, फ्लफी भी प्रभु ही है, तू भी प्रभु है, मैं भी प्रभु ही है. जग मिथ्या प्रभु सत्या. This is not what I am telling. This is given in the Vedas and the Upanishads. This is written in the scriptures. Bliko, you were saying something. Bliko, you don't agree. You said Bliko said I don't agree. Bliko?
No, I said I am agree. Fully agree.
Oh, I heard you saying. I thought you were coming. I said you said no. I don't agree. I said, okay. Who else would like to see? Today I have given you secret of eternal happiness. Actually, it's 4 words, not 3 words. See, sip in all. See, sip in all. Last time we learned the essence of the Upanishads and Vedas in 4 words called ISIS. Who remembers ISIS? Who remembers ISIS?
I am the soul.
I am soul.
And soul is sip.
Soul is sip.
I am sip.
I am sip.
Sip in all.
See, now Rekha Parwani has not memorized it. She has realized it. This is not called memory. This is called realization. So who would like to question me? Because don't feel bad in questioning. Don't think anything I tell is correct. No, maybe I'm saying wrong. How do you know what I'm saying is wrong? You question me. You question, how can this create? Tell you, okay, who can explain? Okay, now I'm questioning you. Now, AiR ask. Not ask AiR. AiR ask. My question to you, who on this call can answer? How can you explain that eternal happiness comes when we see sip in all? Who can explain? Who will explain? Come on. Eternal happiness comes when we see sip in all. Who will explain?
When we see sip in the shaitan also.
Hmm?
And
So, I'm not saying the answer is not you get eternal happiness when you see sip in shaitan. No, you see sip in all.
Yeah, sip in all. So we cannot see sip in shaitan. So we
No,
have
you're
to.
not giving the Rekha Parwani. How can we get eternal happiness when we see sip in all? Swati and Purvi. Swati.
So my answer may not be right 100%, but I can try. So when we see sip in everybody, then any action that they do, it will never hurt us. Like, because
Very
we
good.
always know that it is from the, like, so God can never do wrong to you.
Correct.
If you have
Correct.
that thing, so then you will never get hurt. And when you never get hurt, it means that you will be happy always.
No. Never get hurt does not mean eternal happiness. Your answer is, that part of the answer is correct. But how can seeing sip in all, what you're saying is if you see sip in all, you will not get hurt. I agree.
Yes.
But not getting not getting hurt is liberation from misery. But liberation from misery is not eternal happiness. Even Purvi told the previous answer. Purvi told you shut down the mind, your mind and thoughts, and then that will take you away from suffering. Then
Right.
Purvi came and joined the group, spoke about Prabhu ke pyar mein, prema yoga, and Purvi said something also similar to this. So Purvi, I don't think you were in the call 2-3 days back when we talked about these 4 lines. So let's hear you explain Purvi.
Sir, when we see sip in all, then there is no division, then there is no barrier, then there is oneness in everything and everyone.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And then what happens, Purvi?
Then we think that we are them, they are us. Everything is a single reflection of us. Everything, the world is a mirror.
Beautiful. But how does it give you eternal happiness?
Because there is no difference. There is no ego then.
Are Purvi. How can that is right. What you say is right. But think a little more in consciousness. How can that give you eternal happiness?
There is no me, mine, and I. Then there is nothing like that.
Oh my God. What you say is correct, but that will not give eternal happiness. What a simple answer I'm asking you all. You all know the answer. You all know the answer.
गुरुजी जब हम नहीं रहते, तुम नहीं रहते, एक हो जाते हैं. That is eternal happiness.
चमन में क्या बोलते हो? चमन में
जब हम नहीं रहते, तुम नहीं रहते, एक हो जाते हैं. That is eternal happiness.
चमन में रंग और बहार से ही मस्ती आती है. तुम ही हो तो क्या है, हम ही है तो क्या है, मैं ही हूं तो क्या हूं. ये बात नहीं है इस आंसर में. ये आंसर तो ठीक है, लेकिन ये आंसर सही नहीं है. Anybody will tell? Yeah, मैं बताऊं. You know why? How I get it? You know how I get eternal happiness when I see sip and all? Can I tell you? I get. रोहित आ गया. रोहित क्या 2-3 दिन छुट्टी लेके आई है? रोहित बोलो. रोहित आ गया हमारा रोहित साहब आ गया.
From the karma, and we can.
No. कर्मा तो बहुत पीछे छोड़ दिया. रोहित, tell me, Rohit.
Yeah, Shivam, Guruji. So when we see sip in all, the eye drops.
Correct.
and that is the reason why we start entering the world of eternal happiness.
So when your eye drops, no, Rohit, what happens when eye drops? We drop anger, hate, revenge, jealousy. We drop it. But we drop it and we reach a state of ananda. We reach a state of Sat Chit Ananda. But how do we reach that state of nirvana? How do we reach that nasha? How do you reach that nasha, that nasha, that nasha?
गुरुजी रूह से रूह का प्यार, डिवाइन लव।
हाँ, वो तो मैं आपको मिस कर रहा था। रूह से रूह का प्यार कब होगा मैडम, माता जी?
डिवाइन लव
वो कब होगा? And all of you know the answer. फिर भी आप नहीं बोल सकते हैं.
So it comes from the divine and it goes back to divine.
Correct. You are the divine. No, don't confuse. You are already divine.
Yeah.
Now, when you say it goes to divine, how will you experience that nirvana? How?
Because you become one with Paramatma.
How?
Sir ji, only if you are enlightened.
अरे enlightened तो बहुत पहले होता है. उसके बाद आप लोग सब enlightened है ना. Enlightenment के ऊपर आपने चादर डाल दिया. मैं क्या करूं? आप लोग enlightened है. Enlightened के ऊपर आपने चादर डाल दिया. What can I do?
Sir, God realization. When we see
God realization only is seeing sip in all.
Okay.
But how? How do you reach that state of eternal happiness? You know how? You reach the state in eternal happiness when you live and you say, समात्मा में प्रभु है, सुदीप भी वही है, छोटवानी प्रभु है, एरू भी वही है, योगिनी प्रभु है, रेखा भी वही है, विनीता प्रभु है, अंसुल भी वही है, सगायराज का माइक नहीं था फिर भी प्रभु है, पूर्वी जो आज आई उसमें देवी है, ब्लिस में प्रभु है, उसको हिंदी नहीं आती है, पंकज में प्रभु है, राजू भी वही है, दासी ने चेहरा छुपाया पर प्रभु है, आत्मात्रय प्रभु है, पार्वती अमा वही है, राजेश की शायरी में प्रभु की मस्ती है, स्वाति वही है, निचानी वही है, कविता में प्रभु है, रोहित भी वही है, रूह भी प्रभु है, माता भी वही है, राम और मीरा मिर्चा निनान अलग अलग चैनल यूज करते हैं, उनमें प्रभु है, सब में ही वही है, प्रभा में प्रभु है, गिरीश में प्रभु है, लीना में प्रभु है, मोत्कुल आनंद प्रभु है, सचिन में प्रभु है, रूप में भी वही है. This is the way to have eternal happiness. छत्री प्रभु है और आसमान प्रभु है, पहाड़ में प्रभु है, बर्फ में भी वही है, पानी में प्रभु है, बादल में वही है, सब कुछ वही है, सब कुछ. Can you do this? Can you do this? If you can do this, you will experience nirvana. Huh? You go from this, you go out of this call, you go out of this. Yes, please call Pushpa. You go out of this call and then you start singing to everybody. Can you? Today I met that Swiss guy. I hugged him. I gave him a keychain. Yes, Pushpa, please call Pushpa after the call, please. Call is still going on. So we have to learn to see sip in all. And not only when you see, you have to experience sip in all. You have to love sip in all. You have to feel sip in all. Some people get confused. Oh, does it mean that we must love everybody equally? No, not necessarily. You may have special, suppose Prabhu is coming to me in a Prema Yoga with highly divine love. That divine love may be far more mature, just like the consciousness in a fly and the consciousness of a human being is different. The consciousness in an amoeba is different and the consciousness in a tiger is different. So don't get confused, but don't hate anybody. Don't dislike anybody. Don't get angry at anybody. I got angry. I got angry in the last 2-3 days and I regret it. I said sorry because I am not supposed, maybe I didn't lose my temper, but I used my temper. Maybe it was for a positive reason, but it was a mistake. Because the moment I get angry at somebody means I have missed sip in that person. My dear friends, before I end this call, the way to eternal happiness, sip in all. Sip in all. Sip in all. If you are able to experience sip in all, you will not attain ananda. You will attain nirvana. प्रेमी में जो प्रभु पाता आनंदा में जीता है प्रेम योग में जीता है प्रेम योग में मरता है एक नशा प्रेम योग में प्रभु को प्यार करने में प्रभु के प्यार में क्या कहा मैंने प्रभु के प्यार में nirvana. Love all as God. So I'm giving you the final answer. It's not see, sip in all. I'm changing the answer before I close. Love the sip in all. Love sip in all. Love sip in all. LSIA. If you want eternal happiness, the answer is love sip in all. With folded hands, I bow down to you.